Dude, you guys have no idea the impact that's about to happen. I know this sounds kind of crazy. People are like, well, this is a small room. There's, 50, 75 people in here. What damage could we do? Well, what damage did the guy do that talked to Ed Milet's dad in the bar? His son changed 100 million lives. One conversation was had, the next guy changed 100 million lives. You guys never know who you're sitting in front of and what that person's capable of. Pain is an insurance policy for a great salesperson. You guys want to find the most coolest student in your place? Find the one with the most pain. I'm not looking for perfect people. I don't even like them. I actually hate rich people. I really do. I don't like them at all. I tried to give my life to God when I was 22 years old. I walked into a church. I'd been drinking all night long. I don't know how I even have the courage to walk into this church, but I wanted to change my life. This lady, when I walked in, I said, I was wearing an affliction shirt. I had holy jeans. I'm 22 years old. And I'd been drinking all night, but I was like, I don't want to do this no more. I want to change my life. So I go to the first church I can find. I walk inside. My dad wore a cross around his neck his whole life, but never talked about God. So we didn't get it from my father. So I wanted someone to teach me what is this, like who is God? And when I walked into a church, a lady goes, can I help you? And I said, yeah, I'm wanting to watch the service. She goes, yeah, not dressed like that. Okay, church isn't for me. I walk out. It takes one person to run someone off their whole life. Thank God at 32, 10 years later, I had a guy that said, I'm gonna tell you the truth today. I'm gonna run a lot of people out of here. I'm gonna piss a lot of people off, but if you wanna change your life, listen to me. And then I would surrender that day, and that guy helped me. I wanna tell you guys, listen to me. There's a lot of people that need your help, and you have no idea. And a lot of you, you're literally not playing the role that God called you to play. And it's not business. It's being in great and human excellence. Some of you in this room, in the next year, you're gonna transform so much. I'm telling you, literally, you're gonna go down in the history books. Remember, people gotta see that you believe in them. If they don't see that you believe in them, they're never gonna commit to you. Everyone is looking for that one person that sees something in them that no one's ever seen in them. So number one, self-leadership. I'm a great dad. I'm a great husband. Now listen, I wanna say this to you guys really quick. Do you guys all want your kids when they get older to have awesome marriages? Have the best lives ever? Can I ask you a question? Where are they going to learn that from? Mom and dad? I'm just telling you. I'm just calling it out. Sometimes you know who you want to be and you know who you don't want to be. I don't want to be anything like my mom or dad. Now, I will tell you something. If you haven't done it right, you change today. There's nothing more powerful than your children or your family seeing you change your life now. And I'm going to tell you something. Have you ever seen somebody get in trouble? Somebody's done something stupid. Maybe something's all over social media. Somebody does something really dumb. After about 60 days, 90 days, no one remembers. There's something else ahead of it. Does that make sense? Here's the cool thing about life. When you decide to change your life, everything that happened before that disappears by the good thing that you do, and the old life fades away. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the video. This book I am more fired up about than anything else I've ever released in my entire life. I literally would have given my legs to have this book the last 25 years. I've spent 5 months in Dubai when I was gone building this entire book with the 50th most deadliest closes on planet Earth that will work in any industry. And you guys can get this book right now. Go down to the description box below on this YouTube video and click the link. Fill out your information and you guys can get your book. Remember, this book right here is going to change your life and you guys can get it now. Go down, get it, and then let's get back to the video. Okay? Do you know who makes you hang on to shame? Right? The devil. Okay? No, well, yeah, it is you, but who's having you do it? Who's in your mind? Remember this. Every one of you in here, you guys all have a mind. Who owns it? It's either God or the devil. I'm going to explain this to you guys right now. There's airplanes flying around your head all day long. Good airplanes and bad airplanes. Good thoughts, bad thoughts. Your goal is to shoot down the bad airplanes, the bad thoughts, and don't let those bitches land. Don't let them land. Only let the good planes land. And so, think about this. Every day, what does God say? I give you grace. When you make a mistake, are you immediately forgiven? Yes or no? When you ask God for forgiveness. If you're looking for grace from the world, will you get it? Hell no. Listen, you make a mistake, they'll say, you make a mistake, they're going to be like, nah, dude, we know what you did, bro. We saw that. You know what God says? I forgive you. Let's move on. That's why my saying is the comeback kid. Guys, listen to me. You're in your mind, you should say anyone and everyone can come back from anything. You're never defined by your last mistake. Not you guys and not the people you coach. So if you're coaching someone and they're like, yeah, man, I really fell off. You're like, good, we're going to get back on? Because I believe in you to get back on. You know what I'll tell you? You know what a real leader is? A real leader is somebody that when someone falls off says, you know what, I saw what you did, but I'm going to tell you something. I don't think that's who you are. I know who you are. You're a really good person. That thing you did was stupid, but that's not who you are. I know who you are. You're a good person. Come on, let's come back. Let's go. Come on. Come on. And they're like, wow, just like that, I get grace just like that, just like that. Same grace I get, same grace you get. Come on. How many people want to follow someone like that? Everyone. So many people have made mistakes. You know why they quit going to the martial art deals? Because they miss a couple days. They feel stupid. They're embarrassed. They feel like they're already a quitter and they're really not. And you guys, you think you're the teachers when really you're their coaches. You're their coach. You have to change their life. And by the way, you must pre-frame people what they need to do when they ever feel like quitting or they want to quit or they make a mistake. You must teach them that this place is your sacred ground to come in here. You can fall off. You can make a mistake. You can do the most stupidest thing ever. You can go get hammered and drunk and be like, damn, I don't know why I did that. Come on, let's go. I will be right here ready to roll with you. I got you. How many people want to go freaking run with a company like that? All of them. Guys, the one thing that I'll tell you for sure is that you have to run this way in order, and by the way, if you run this way, can you run businesses this way? Yes. Can anyone picture a business like this not making millions of dollars? Who in here would want to sign up for a company like this? All of them. Everyone. Who in here would have a hard time hiring people to come and work for a company like this? You would never have an issue. You could hire anyone. Every martial art studio in the world would be fighting to get into your company because of the way you treat people. Because it's not just a job. When it becomes a job, everyone leaves. It must become your mission. Listen to me. I know it sounds crazy. It must become cult-like. Cult-like. The news brainwashes people to be afraid and scared. Does that make sense? Everybody agree? I brainwash people to feel powerful and that they can change their life. That's my cult. If you're around me, that's the kind of cult you're going to get. All right. So I'm a dad. I'm a husband, right? By the way, I want to be fit. I want to be in shape. That could mean something different to all of you. But you need to be fit, be in shape, take care of yourself. Also, I want to put a financial fence around my family. Okay? I want to make good money. You guys want to make good money? Chase the man, not the money. You become the person you're supposed to become, the woman you're supposed to become. It's going to rain money. God knows your heart. Okay? When he knows that you made a decision to totally change your life, fix everything in your life, I'm going to tell you this, he's going to open the floodgates. Get ready for it. Because you know how I know? Because in 2019, I walked away from a 23-year career being in the automotive industry. And when I walked away in November of 2019, my wife says, what are you going to do? And I said, I have no idea, but I know it's going to have something to do with sales. And I want to tell you guys something else. I asked you guys who believed in God in here, and a lot of you raised your hands. And a lot of you think, well, I'm not a preacher. I'm not a minister. Yes, you are. You bet your ass you're an evangelist. And what you do for a living is pour life into other people all day long. We are the church. That is a church. People don't need to go into a church to find someone who cares about them. You guys could save more people in your martial arts studios than most churches could if you would just wake up. So today, if I was to label today, what is today called? Today would be called the awakening. It's time to wake up. You've been put on notice. You saw how many years you got left, right? How do you want to be remembered? Okay? I'm going to tell you, man, stand for something. Stand for something and watch the floodgates open. Okay? Leaders, The most greatest, scarcest resource on planet Earth is leadership. It's the most highest sought out position. And lastly, I want to say something. In the family, in the business, and in the community. You're not just leadership isn't a position like, oh, I'm at work, so I'm the leader today. And then I'm at home. Oh, I got to go to work tomorrow. Looks like I got to be a leader tomorrow. If you're a leader, you are in absence of an off switch. A leader is your identity. I am a leader. I lead 24/7, 365. If you ever run into me, you will see me leading. That is what I do. Number one, I lead myself first. Now, when I lead myself, number two is going to happen. And I want to show you, if anybody wants to build a massive business. Oh, lastly, I want to like me. I know this sounds stupid. A lot of people really don't get this last part. But I learned that a lot of people, the reason why they don't change anyone else's lives is because they don't even like themselves. You guys want to change other people's lives, you have to change your life. Dude, you guys have no idea the impact that's about to happen. I know this sounds kind of crazy. People are like, well, this is a small room. There's, 50, 75 people in here. What damage could we do? Well, what damage did the guy do that talked to Ed Milet's dad in a bar? His son changed 100 million lives. One conversation was had. The next guy changed 100 million lives. You guys never know who you're sitting in front of and what that person's capable of. But you know what I know? I know what human beings are capable of. And you know what I'll tell you? To me, I hire salespeople for a living because I love salespeople. Pain is an insurance policy for a great salesperson. You guys want to find the most coolest student in your place? Find the one with the most pain. I'm not looking for perfect people. I don't even like them. I actually hate rich people. I really do. I don't like them at all. I tried to give my life to God when I was 22 years old. I walked into a church. I'd been drinking all night long. I don't know how I even have the courage to walk into this church, but I wanted to change my life. What if someone walked into your martial arts studio today and they wanted to change their life? They're wearing holy jeans. They look hungover. You're like, got to get this loser out of here. This lady, when I walked in, I said, I was wearing an affliction shirt. I had holy jeans. I'm 22 years old. And I'd been drinking all night, but I was like, I don't want to do this no more. I want to change my life. So I go to the first church I can find. I walk inside. My dad wore a cross around his neck his whole life, but never talked about God. So we didn't get it from my father. So I wanted someone to teach me what is this, like who is God? And when I walked into a church, a lady goes, can I help you? And I said, yeah, I'm wanting to watch the service. She goes, yeah, not dressed like that. Okay, church isn't for me. I walk out. Takes one person to run someone off their whole life. Thank God at 32, 10 years later, I had a guy that said, I'm going to tell you the truth today. I'm going to run a lot of people out of here. I'm going to piss a lot of people off. But if you want to change your life, listen to me. And then I would surrender that day, and that guy helped me. I want to tell you guys, listen to me. There's a lot of people that need your help, and you have no idea. And a lot of you, you're literally not playing the role that God called you to play. And it's not business. It's being great in human excellence. Some of you in this room, in the next year, you're going to transform so much. I'm telling you, literally, you're going to go down in the history books. I'm chasing the history books. That's what I'm chasing. I'm chasing it. I want you guys to be stirred up. I want you to be like, I'm going to chase the freaking history books. I'm going to make history. Now, when I see that though, you talked a little bit about like church being walked in. I said, I hate rich people. I had an aunt. Everybody was broke in my family growing up, but I had one rich aunt and she was a B word. Everything to her was about money. She didn't care about nobody. So I just thought rich people are mean. And so I just was like, dude, as I get older, I want to become a broke person with money. I literally do. I want to make a lot of money, but I want to tell people like, hey, I'm broken. I am you, you are me. Let's go. You know how many people, these are $1 million chairs. All these chairs that are sitting here, these are all $1 million chairs. We create millionaires in these chairs, but we don't do it by giving them a business blueprint. Oh, go do this, hire more people. Dude, you guys see my team, okay? My team is psycho. Our company kills. You know why we kill? Because I got killers that want to work for a good leader because I love my people. By the way, people don't operate from fear. How old are you? Yeah. You're 35. Do you work because you fear for someone, or do you fear them, or because you know how much they love you? Exactly. When I was a kid, I used to operate from fear. Whenever people would be like, I'm going to fire you if you don't do this, I'd be like, oh shit, I got to get my shit together. We're in a different world now. People want to know how much you love them. I want to tell you guys something really important, and then I'm going to finish in this last, 60 seconds, and then we'll go to any questions you have. Listen, my wife told me one time, we started growing, we started getting big, we started crushing. I changed my life. 2019, told you I was 39. I'm 45 right now. Last 5 years have been pretty crazy. Built a 9-figure-a-year company. That's pretty crazy, man. It doesn't happen. I never was on social media till 2020. We get hundreds of millions of views every 30 days on social media. That's pretty rare. Why did all these things happen? I always ask, how did we build? You guys have tried to build a brand, right? Try to build your social media. And if it's not growing, how did ours grow so fast? You know how I think it grew? Because I showed the world how fast I could change. I think people are fascinated by people that can change their life. And so that's the play. The play is care more about your clients than they care about themselves. The play is self-lead. Lead yourself at such a high level of human excellence that it is undeniable that you are their coach. Become their mentor. Be everyone's mentor that you run to. Be a coach. Be a coach until the day you die. And listen to me, never doubt that a human can change. Listen to me. If you pour into someone, they'll change. That's your goal. So I did all these things. That right there, there's three levels, and I'll do it quickly. Number one, you got to self-lead. If you lead yourself, which this is what all this today is about. If you lead yourself, number two, you're going to build leaders. Why? Because all these people that see you lead yourself, they're going to want to be led by you. That makes sense, right? Now, these people that want to be led by you, that you end up leading, by the way, leaders make leaders, not followers. Okay? These people that become these leaders because you've changed their life and now they're indebted to you because they're like, dude, I'm rolling with you for life. You changed my freaking life. Nobody gets to number three. But if you do, you will build a business that will go down in the history books. You build leaders, okay, that build more leaders. What does that mean? Well, it's kind of like this, very quickly. Let's go back. This is a big deal. Here's me. I changed my life. Now I change these people's lives. Now these people have their life changed. They're indebted to me. Now they want to change these people's lives. And now all these people's lives are getting changed, and it's an entire company of leaders. Every single person in the company is a leader, all of them. No positions, no titles. Our title is we are leaders. That's what we are. We are leaders at home, we are leaders in the community, and we are leaders in the business. We are an absence of an off switch. We live by human excellence. We have high standards. And by the way, if you want to know how to hire people, hire by alignment. Never hire based off skill. Hire people that you align with. If you don't align with them, they're not going to be with you long term. And I make decisions 10, 15 years down the road. If I was going to hire you, I'd say, I can see us being together 15 years from now. I can see that. I watch the way you treat your wife, your children, your family. I love that. I see the way you respect me. I respect you. Let's go. I'm in. We can teach him skill. We can teach process and systems, but you can't teach someone to change their heart. Do you guys feel me? Okay. Do you guys get a lot out of today? You guys feel it? Okay. All right, let's rock and roll. Woo! That's how to build a big business and how to change your life.